This is
why.
Good evening, everybody. And Sturcho is fouled out for the third time in 4 games, going through the tunnel. Not how you want to leave Detroit. Oh, there's beers throwing all over. The jersey is off. And the Knicks want to talk it over. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Jimmy Palumbo Show, show number 240. And, of course, I got to thank Dave Sturcho behind the glass because he looks like an aging LeBron with a back injury. And thank God he's only taking Advil at this point. I'm sure there's other medications.
I got plenty of connects. I might have to make a couple calls because this is getting out of hand now.
Sturcho will not be peeing in the cup this afternoon. No. He says he feels all right, but he can't drive. He can't pee in the cup. He doesn't want to be near his kids right now.
The best part is when people are like I went to my normal Mattawan bagel spot today to grab my breakfast and my coffee, and they're like, "Ooh, are you okay?" Because it's just like, dude, yeah, no, I'm fine. I'd rather moonwalk in here, but I decided to hunch over and not be able to walk. So I
think you should have told people, listen, I'm the manager of the Toronto Blue Jays. I was up very late last night. I flew in last night.
Yeah, I got another text from somebody who I haven't talked to since high school.
Dude, it's really
who texted me like, dude, did anybody ever tell you that you look like the manager of the Blue Jays? And I'm like,
telling you, there's
75 people already.
When they do a certain camera angle on it, it's like, because especially when he's like semi-pissed, I'm like, I could totally be Sturcho watching a Cowboy game right now.
Well, it's funny because you might have texted me or somebody might have texted me on the spot while the Jays were playing the Yankees, and I looked at Steph and I was like, Steph, they think I look like this guy. And she goes, oh my God.
You know what it is? Because first of all, you're always wearing a hat, right? So it's like, you have a thicker beard than he does, but it's if you put, I'm gonna get you in Toronto. If they win the series, I'm getting you. You should get it, dude. You got to get a Blue Jay hat. That would be so fucking
sacrilege, man.
So what? It would be funny. Go ahead, for the laugh. It'd be funny.
Did I tell you how I hurt my back or no?
Probably weightlifting and doing.
No, see, that's what you're thinking, and your texts are stupid because you got to weigh off those weights, man. No, I properly know how to lift weights. I've been lifting weights since I was 21 years old. Okay, 20 years old.
But you're not 21 now, so
I understand that. And I did back on Friday, right?
Okay.
And then so clearly that's what the chiropractor said. He was like, "Oh, you kind of loosened it up for this to happen." Now anybody under the sun will say like, "I throw my back out doing this or doing that." Like, this is the most uncool thing to ever throw my back out. Jimmy, it was the morning. I got up to take my morning piss. I got up. I went to the bathroom. I looked down to make sure I wasn't going to spray everywhere.
I've been there.
Pop.
But it definitely had it. If you did your back on Friday, you probably bumped something.
Whatever. All I know is
you should take it easy.
If you need a good chiropractor, go check out Health and Fitness Professionals in Woodbridge, New Jersey.
Okay. Well, you know what? Let's thank them next week if you're a little more healthier here. God forbid you sneeze.
No, that's the problem now. Watching all these comedies and stuff that I normally watch, laughing.
You can't laugh. I know. Oh. Well, that's good. Just watch my show. You won't laugh at all. So
yeah, you know what I said? I said, Doc, I can't laugh for the next 3 days. So what do you recommend? He goes, well, I got this website. It's called Watch 213 TV. go watch Beer League Last Licks. You won't laugh at all.
Cheap shot day here at the stadium. Sturcho at the post-game press conference is leaving with a bad back. He will not be making that West Coast swing trip to Sacramento, Utah, and the Clippers. All right. Well, this is show number 240. I hope you feel better.
Yeah. Slowly but surely.
You'll be all right. I know it sucks. Your kids want you to pick up your kids and shit. It sucks. I've been there. But of course, show number 240, which means number 40, interesting number 40. And first thing that comes to mind is Fran Healy from the Giants, which Venditti is not only off the road, he's down, way gone. But then you got Andy Hawkins, the Hawk. Then you got Tippy Martinez, another shitty pitcher. Luis Severino, Chin Man Wang. And of course, the Giants, I realized the Giants had like 4 guys, number 40. I'm like, what's something here? I don't know. Guy named Joe Morrison played from like, I don't know, 52 to 68 or something like that. But his numbers weren't. I looked him up and said, wait a minute, you retired number. Like, shouldn't you be like awesome? And I don't know, maybe it's a different era of football. Like, I'm like, my uncle's going to kill me because he's like, he didn't do shit. Anyway, I don't know. And then, of course, Cowboys, your friend and mine, Mr. Bill Bates.
My dad's favorite player.
Yeah.
Well, before that was Bob Lilly, and then went to Bates.
Everybody kind of, Bill Bates is kind of like the Skattebo of the day.
He's the last of the dying breed. He's the kind of guy that'll play safety and special teams and love every second of it.
Yeah, he was that guy. Tough guy, didn't have the skill set as other people did, but he played like hard as hell every game.
I have a poster in my office of Bill Bates, framed and signed. But he's wearing one of those clubs that, remember what they used to do when they had broken arms?
Right.
Now you break your arm out for the season, but this guy was just going right back out there.
You're out for 4 years and you end up in the WNBA. Tom Brookshire, famous announcer growing up as a kid. Of course, you got Gale Sayers from the great running back, and also Brian Song, that whole bit down there.
I love Brian Piccolo.
Brian Piccolo died at age. And then you got Pat Tillman, who left the NFL. Still not talked about enough. Leaving the NFL to go fight in a war in Afghanistan, and he gets killed.
By friendly fire.
Friendly fire, yeah, which we found out later, which sucks. So that's the number 40. Not as many as I thought. I
can't believe you said Ching Ming Wong.
I know. Well, that just showed up on the thing. Of course, Tyson Hogan's already all over that. Now the
which Yankee pitcher hung himself? Hideki Arabu? No, one of them's dead.
Arabu,
no. Right now, all right. And not to say they're all the same. I'm just saying like he was another Japanese pitcher. I'm just trying to figure out who it was.
No. The guy with the flies on him. That guy hung himself against Cleveland.
That was Jabba Chamberlain.
He didn't kill himself?
No, I talk to him on Twitter all the time.
Okay, all right.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Arabu. Now, but yes, I'm sorry. I'm terrible.
That's
well, I went to.
I'm gonna clip that up and send it to him. Like, dude, by the way, my guy Jimmy thought you were dead.
Well, because I went to Arabu's first game by my only Yankee game I've gone by myself. I wanted to go see his first pitch was a strike. The place went nuts. We were like, "Oh, we got the guy," and that'll do it here. He didn't do anything at that fat slob, but
dude,
no. Speaking of Will, all right. That's
Christ.
I take it all back.
I bet you do.
I wish you the best, Arabu, in heaven or wherever you're at, Buddha, whatever.
Right, stop.
It's good. That's the good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Jimmy Palumbo.
God.
This show, one thing about me I pride myself is how we start the show. It's always smooth. Dave can't breathe, but of course, just to annoy him further, and my brother, we're gonna go with a baseball card, and this is especially now with the Dodgers in the World Series. Everybody remembers John Shelby. Now, John Shelby did absolutely nothing. Played 11 years, batted .239, 313 RBIs. Played with Baltimore, Dodgers, and Detroit. First round, 20th pick in the draft. And he went 4 for 10 in the World Series with Philly against Philly in 1983. And he also won another World Series with the Dodgers in 88. Made about $500,000 a year. He was traded to the Dodgers, got to the field. They threw a jersey on him with no name on it. They rushed him to the field to get on. So he played a whole game with no name on his jersey. But he's famous for drawing a walk off of Dwight Gooden. And then Mike Scioscia hit the 2-run home run to tie it. He was also one time, this is, again, here's always one thing that makes me laugh. He was 0 for 10 in a 22-inning game. And I didn't check the box score. Was anybody 0 for last night in 18 innings? Maybe.
No way.
Nobody was
possible?
0 for.
Well, I guess it's possible, yeah.
0 for 10 in a 22-inning game. How'd you do today? We played 22 innings. I didn't do shit.
I batted 200. That's not so bad. Yeah, I went 2 for 10.
2 for 10. He stinks. He's a minor league coach, but you know what's weird? I find this, talk about gene pool. All three of his kids played pro ball. Like, all had a cup of coffee in the MLB and mostly minor league stuff. But still, I mean, that's tough to do. I don't care.
Oh yeah.
Because baseball, one thing about baseball, you can be, well, outside. If your name's not, if you're not LeBron James kid, you can play. Baseball is, can you get up to the plate? There's no, your dad can't help. There's no. It's like, Dad, what do I do? It's 105 miles an hour. Then you strike out. You stink. But that's impressive.
I think baseball has to qualify as the second hardest sport to play.
Well, I think the reason why baseball is the hardest is because you're 18 when you start. You got to leave. If you don't go to college, you got to leave before your prom. So by May, you're playing pro ball. You don't make really major league money for like another, even if you're like fast tracked, 5 years.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Now, you're making maybe $100,000 a year. Maybe their salary's a little more now, but it's a rough road, and you're by yourself, and you're only 18, and you're not in Chicago, LA, Atlanta. You're in like Charlotte. You're in dumbfuck Illinois.
But I'll do you one. I'll do you one better. The hardest sport to me to play is your favorite sport, hockey. I think, because not only do you have to learn how to skate. You got to shoot. You got to stop. You got to learn how to take a check. You got to give a check.
Yeah,
there is. And then on top of that, I was a Zamboni driver for 5 years. Then Diddy just drove off the road again because he used to call me Zamboni. But like, I remember guys showing up at like 5 a.m. for like tryouts and shit like that. Right. So, and that was like age 13, 14. So these kids are lifelongers.
It's
and unfortunately for the hockey players, once you make it to the NHL, you make just as much as the WNBA. So
I know it stinks. Well, to me, the hardest league always to me was the NBA, only because there's only 12 players on the roster, and the world plays it. So the world has athletes that want to go to the NBA. Plus, just about, I should have a stat on this. I know just every Division I college has a basketball team. I'm willing to bet every Division II, III, and almost community college has a basketball team. So if you think about, like, every institution has a basketball team, and they're all trying to make the top 400.
The Middlesex County College, the Colts are
there
Colts.
You go. And
the
Colts, short jumper,
something to that effect. I didn't play, but I was there, and there was playing. It was happening.
Middlesex County College here at the stadium. But the funny thing about this guy's card, now, I don't know if you're, I love looking at the back of the card sometimes. This is what somebody wrote working for Topps in 1989. Ready? John connected for inside the park home run at Cincinnati on June 6, 1987, in front of his family visiting from Kentucky.
I mean,
like,
give me a better highlight than that in your life.
I mean, that is just, you can take that way. Is it John Shelby? Yeah. Well, that's something we know Hideki Rabo didn't do, but still, inside the park home run for John. So that is John Shelby, who nobody even in the Shelby family talks about him now, but I do on my show. And that is that, of course, Patreon. Please, everyone, go to Patreon and sign up. If your name is Hogan or Clark, you don't have to. I got your whole family out there. Thanksgiving Day is Patreon Day at your house for me. But I got to give. We're at 54. We're mired. We haven't got the speed limit.
Do you think when they're saying their prayer right before Thanksgiving dinner? Like, thank you, God, for all this wonderful food, and thank you for the Jimmy Palumbo show.
I should be invited. I don't know why I'm not invited to the house.
The world needs to know that, Tyson. I mean, you're out there. You've been one top fan, really, like you and Clark. And
I think if I show up at Tyson Hogan's house or Darryl Clark's house, I should get a little piece of turkey. Maybe
First of all, a new stinks list category, a Rabu.
That's so bad. Poor
God
Rabu.
Damn, you guys are ruthless, bro. Let the guy. It's called R.I.P. for a reason. Rest in peace.
All right, we will no longer mention Arabu on the show. Although I got a T-shirt that says Arabu. I'm wearing it next week.
Wear it backwards.
Yeah, wear it backwards so you see Arabu across the front. I won't mock out his weight anymore. But my Patreon members, I got to give a shout out to Shecky, Mike Lawler. Shecky, we call him Shecky, but his name is Mike. He's a big Dodger fan, and he was busting my balls last night. My nephew, Jimmy Riccardi, is moving to Miami. I'm very sad about that. He's going to start a new life over there. But
wait, the Chiefs fan?
Yeah, he's moving to Miami, which we're all bummed about that. But you know what's good about moving to Miami?
First of all, is anybody else living a better dream than this kid?
No, he's the
Like
best.
this dude is
He's
just
my
he's
boy.
first of all, he's a good looking dude, right?
He's a good looking dude. He makes good money.
Good
He's
money.
a
And now
Chief
I'm just gonna move to Miami. Fuck it. Like, wow.
And
Good
he's
for him.
also a big Giancarlo Stanton fan. I mean, he can do no wrong in my book.
That's his downfall.
I told my sister, you know what's good about moving to Miami? That's when you come back from. No one really stays in Miami. You know, you go to Miami, you run around with the little bikinis, and then you're like, oh my God, this is awful.
The little bikinis.
And also to Mike Caprio of cornholelevel.com. We haven't heard from him in a while. He's a Rutgers fan as well. So that's my lovely Patreons. And of course, if you should be calling Donna at chasingmiracles.com, helping you with your back, you should be doing that. I'm going to call her right now, have her send you some shit. Chasingmiracles.com, stem cell patches. Dave Sturcio needs it. Why? Because it's shit Dave Sturcio's body needs. That's the new ad there. We're changing the words. It gives you everything. They have patches for pain. They have patches for stem cell growth, patch and all that stuff. Go to chasingmiracles.com and get yourself healthier. They're awesome. Go talk to Tommy and Donna. And if you take them, you can pee in the cup. Of course, Dave can take them, but he can't quite pee in the cup because God knows what's in there right now. And that is it. So, well,
you know what? You're painting me like I'm a drug addict.
Listen, when you're back,
oh man, coke and Quaaludes and just all sorts of fun shit. No, there's nothing wrong in my body right now.
When I hurt my shoulder a couple of weeks ago, I woke up in the middle of the night. I was like, you know how you keep like old medications? I got like a hernia opera. I was that guy. Like, what are these? I'm taking one of these. Like,
I took my wife's leftover muscle relaxers. I was like, I know you need them for your health, but I need them a little bit harder.
I couldn't sleep. I was literally going through like this. What is this? I didn't take them all together, but like 3 nights in a row, I couldn't sleep. I was losing my mind. Finally, I had like a gallon of NyQuil. And then I slept through like 4. I think it was like Wednesday. I woke up Sunday morning. Going, what the fuck happened to this week? NyQuil, by the way, I'm going to get NyQuil to sponsor this show. It's the only thing that works. When you don't feel good, you can't sleep, right? You take
and that's NyQuil. Exactly what, and NyQuil is exactly what Tom Baldinger takes right before a Zoom meeting.
That's right. Tom Baldinger falls asleep during Zoom meetings. But if you take NyQuil, game over. That's so funny.
That was God saying, no more making fun of the director, Dave. Because
no more making fun.
I just slipped another one.
Cut you out of the next thing. Anyway. Tom Baldinger, my boy, who did a great job. Well, listen, speaking of Tom Baldinger, we had a big week. Beer League Last Licks aired. We had some issues with the sign-in. I'm not going to lie to you. And I've been in discussions with he made changes on the fly. There was just some quirks. You had to make sure anybody listening, you have to sign in. And some people say after you sign in, you might have to log out and sign back in, and then it works.
Listen, man, every website, every new website with a new software and new engineering behind it, he's a one-man band, bro. So like I give all the credit in the world for the site looking as good as it does.
It looks good. It works. I think we're as predicted, we're the #1 show on that 213.
The overnight numbers were in the thousands. So that's awesome for a local market for us. Like that's great.
And we're getting more numbers on Friday, which I'm happy with. And we are we're moving forward. We got a big
Tyson was able to get right in. All right. See,
there you go. So was many people. Just some people had, you know what it was? There were people that I knew. So instead of really trying it again, making sure they got it right,
they text you first.
Texting me, right? So yeah. I understood that. But it did well. We have a big creative meeting coming tomorrow at 5:30, where we're kind of laying out this season, what we're doing in terms of episode 2 to episode 10, where we're going, where the characters are, so on and so forth.
Guys, hit the like button, please, on this video while you're all chiming in and stuff. Whoever's watching on YouTube, please like the video. Helps us kind of spread the word. So.
Yes, we're all the Jimmy Palumbo shows. Like I told you before, we had to reinvent our little wheel. And now we're growing it because my show was on all over the place on different things. And so we finally let's start all over. Let's grow it. And the numbers go up every week, so I'll take that. Are they viral? No, but it just takes one booking. I will be on Elsbeth coming up, I think November 5th or 6th or something like that. I'll be more on that next week. But no, I'm really happy with Beer League. I'm happy that we're having a big creative meeting, trying to figure out where we're going to go, how we're going to shoot it. The show's going to be all 6 to 7 minute episodes. Maybe some weeks an episode may only be like 2 minutes, but it'll be there'll be 2 that drop. So we don't know how many episodes we're going to have. We're just going to try to have a complete thought and have some kind of cliffhanger at the end where there's something going on. So that's a meeting we have to have. And we're doing that tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to that because I want to start shooting more stuff. That is it. Matter of fact, Dave, we have to when your back is healthy, when you go I might have to meet you at the gym one day, and we might have to do something where I show up at the gym and even if it's just a walk by you, and you even go like, are you kidding? Like it's just all like we're trying to do like Instagram posts that are kind of episodes, but they're only 30 seconds long that lead into the next episode, or they're just non sequiturs. Like you're a local guy. I show up at the gym looking terrible and out of shape, and you just laugh at me and keep on going, or something like that.
There's little lines in there in the pilot that just, I don't know why, but they always make me laugh. I've harped on make the throw, and if anybody doesn't understand what I'm talking about, go watch it. But another one is right before that end of the scene of U7 and Alphonse talking. You're like, I'll take my shirt off right now.
Right now.
I was like, holy shit. I don't know why. I just continue to laugh at that one line.
We used a clip from Beer League in the beginning, and when Artie's at the plate, you hear me in the background. Come on, a lot of years.
Yeah, dude, I was going to ask you what that meant because that's hilarious.
In other words, we used to say that when I played for Corona, the softball team my dad ran. It means like you've been doing this a long time. Like this is something you can handle. A lot of years there, a lot of years.
I kept hearing that over and over. I'm like, is he saying a lot of years? I don't know what he's talking about.
In other words, it'd be like, it's just saying like, hey, you've been doing this a long time. Let's go. You know how to do this. So it's just a funny line. I used to always yell that out when one of our veteran guys got up, especially one of the shittier veterans that played with us for 20 years who stunk. Like, you've been doing this a long time. You can get a base hit here, that kind of thing. Yeah, there's little one-liners in there that definitely make me giggle even now when I watch it. So, no, and listen, it was, what happened, Dave, you know this from podcasting and all the bullshit that we do. Sometimes your friends and family, they don't, it's very hard to get like real critique because they're like, oh, that was really good, Dave. Good job, Jimmy. Good job. And then like, as soon as they hang up the phone, like, I don't know what the fuck those like. It's very hard. So I actually got some really good, like a review of it. With there was a couple of things they like. This one individual didn't like about it, and he said it really quick, and I said, all right. I said, if you're gonna do that to me, that's fine. But I'm gonna now we got to go now we got to talk it over. Like, you need to go in detail. Like, what do you mean by that? And then I had to come back and explain why we had to do certain things. And so I really like the fact that most of the reviews were pretty positive. And the biggest thing I got was everybody wants to see what happens next. And really at the end of the day, that's really all I want, what, like these guys now, we're going to be moving away from the Beer League movie, of course. And where do these guys go? What's going to happen? Your character, breaking bats, but can I still play? So I look forward to it. And David,
I got a lot of critique. I got a lot of good criticism for how the whole thing was shot and how it looked.
Yeah.
So that's shout out to Tom. The coloration, everything just looked freaking great. Like it belongs on a major network.
I kid around with Tom. I bust his chops, which he doesn't always like so much. But the one thing that and he knows I feel this way. One thing I hated about that first go round, we just didn't have the budget and we just didn't have the time. We only had like in one day, we had 6.5 hours, and that includes loading shit in. And I chose the wrong location. I didn't realize that we had to be out at a certain time. And if anybody knows anything about filmmaking, you just don't have time to set up, get the right shot, and have the amount of people, the infrastructure, video village, people running around, makeup, the DP. We only had 2 cat. It's just a whole thing, and then you got to cheat. And when you cheat and you go in the editing room, you don't have it. You got to have, that's why you do multiple takes on one side, multiple takes on the other side. Then you cross pollinate, and there's your scene. And this time, though, Tom did a wonderful job. And so did all his crew at 624 Productions. They did a really killer job of it. Looks fantastic. And
Yeah,
even the
Tyson
editing-
says a buddy of his was watching it, and you feel like you're right there with the characters. That's how good it was shot, and that's
shot
awesome.
very well. I got to give even my buddy Mike Rowan, who did Game Day, the original short of Beer League. He's a rough critic. He was like, "Nah, that was shot pretty good, man. You know, good job there." So, you know, now it's a matter of, you know, and my goal is to have it. Is it Cobra Kai-esque in terms of like there's this back movie and then with these characters? Yeah, I guess so. But I also want it to be a little bit more a comedy in terms of like Friday Night Lights, where Friday Night Lights is about football, but if you watch that show, it's really not. It's about 11 other things with football as the backdrop. So softball's involved. I mean, obviously we're going to get to the field and stuff like that, but that's boring. You know, it's really about what the characters. The original concept of Beer League was what happens 15 minutes before a softball game.
Mm-hmm.
You how many times, even when we played for Chop Sports that one year, it's all you covered it. Dave, you fat fuck, you're a jerk off. Oh, how many guys we got? 9? What's he? It's just there's just the comedy writes itself. Someone that's been drinking at the main tavern in Woodbridge since 2:00 for a 6:00 game, stuff like that. But anyway, so beer. I thank everybody. Please go to 213.tv, watch 213.tv, sign up. Every email really helps us. And watch it. And there's other shorts on there. I think people, even non-showbiz people that don't really know what short films are, that if you buzz around that site a little bit, some of the shorts are cool. And I'm a big fan of short films. I always have been. Because like in like 8 minutes, you get this complete thought. And sometimes they leave you like, whoa, what the hell was that? That was awesome. So Beer League, Last Licks is in the house, and we're going to grow this thing and see. Hopefully we can make it become so big it gets picked up by a big whore, and then we don't do the podcast anymore, and you never talk to me and Dave again.
Sounds like Jimmy Saturday Night.
There you go. Well, football wise, this weekend I'll start with Sunday.
By the way, to Josh Diaz checking in with a couple of Woodbridge references, and I will stand on this hill to the day I die. Strawberries Pizza is the greatest pizza I've ever had in my life, ever. And I'm a pizza whore, so keep that in mind.
Well, I would agree, although that Jersey Boys pizza, that single pie you get there, we are tired.
It was the day of your show. You had that show at the Avenel Performing Arts Center. It was the day of your show. I went there for the first time, and the first bite, I was like, uh-oh. You know, like I thought somebody was about to give Strawberries a run for the money. And it's very close. It's very close. There's
a place up by me called Kinchley's, okay,
right,
which is famous. Do you like thin pizza?
Yeah.
Okay. This is thin. Matter of fact, they sell a frozen version and it works. Don't ask me why. Next time we go to a game, I'm going to buy a pie, put it in my car, and say, Dave, get home later. It's not as good as when you get it at the place, obviously, but yeah, I would say my Jersey Boys was good, man. The way, you know, I like it. To me, you guys.
Josh Diaz used to work at Curtains. Isn't Curtains the bar at the Avenel Performing Arts Center?
Yeah, it's gone. No, it's supposed to have opened up the new bar, but I don't know that.
I wonder if he was there. I don't know if he was there for the night you had stand up a couple years back.
Used to work it. By the way, we sold. It was the largest crowd. It was the most money that place ever made in one night with Jimmy Palumbo behind. And then the next year, I had 16 tickets sold with a month ago, and I said, "What is this?"
We're tired of the fucking who gives a fuck reference. Like, give me something else.
Well, listen, what do you want me to write a whole
Caroline's
what do you think? I'm a professional? Oh, it's Caroline? That's funny. That's a comedy club, Caroline's in House.
I know that.
Anyway, the Giants this weekend, you know, God, the Giants, you know what? You know, everybody knows I'm a fan on the couch. And the Giants stink. They've stunk this whole year, really. But then they get this guy Dart and Skattebo and Theo Johnson, a bunch of younger guys. And you got the Abdul Carter. So there's like this little nucleus. And Skattebo is on Instagram. Even fans who Giants haven't had a player that fans love to hate. In other words, the Giants haven't had a guy where you're like, as a Cowboy fan, like, oh, I hate that guy. but you'll watch. You know what I mean? Because you watch to hate. And
it was for the first time in a long time, the Giants had some excitement behind their characters, their players, you know?
Some of their social media was funny. Yeah, boy, they're doing different things. A bunch of young, they're 23 years old, 24, whatever the hell they are. And all of a sudden, like, Skattebo gets a touchdown. They were hanging close. Eagles are much better. We all know that. And all of a sudden, like, he catches this weird pass, and it wasn't like it was a huge hit. It wasn't like a Theismann thing. And then all of a sudden, he pops up on the ground, and he's tapping his head, and all of a sudden, they cut to the one angle, and his foot is making a U-turn. And it's like, uh-oh. Like, you know.
I watched it, and you know what? It was the same reaction to when Dak Prescott did it in 2020 against the Giants, where the first reaction for Dak and Skattebo were, can I put this in place and get back up? Like right. No, wait, it's hanging off your foot. Like, no, you can't do that. But like that was they're looking at it and they're banging it on the turf and shit.
Oh,
like,
man,
come on, let's set this bitch back in. It's like, no, you can't. I've seen so many videos of Skattebo, like, you know, there's like mocks and like they're saying like, all right, coach, what down on my hand? He's like, well, you have a broken leg. You can't, no, I can play, you know?
It's as a Giant fan, it's like, it's not like Aaron Rodgers thing. Skattebo's not Aaron Rodgers, but it's that thing where you sit down like, all right, wait a minute. He said, oh, and then you, as an adult, you go, ooh, he's not. That ain't good. Like that's like next year. That to me, that's forever not as good. You run the risk of never being that good again. I think.
I know.
But hopefully, with modern rehab and these guys.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter what kind of athlete you are. You get something dislocated like that, man.
Ligaments, there's tendons, there's
everything.
all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Man. So. It was like what, and I said to myself, God, the Giants just, and then you got Barkley running all over the place. And you know what's funny? This is how maybe I'm a terrible person. When Barkley was running all over the place and it was like, oh, the Barkley show, my God. And then all of a sudden, boom, little hammy up. And I actually on the couch going, there we go.
Yeah. If only that happened before his first 160 yards.
I didn't cheer it because I don't really cheer it.
No, you don't cheer it, but you're just like, all right. Well,
there you go. That happened.
Happens to him too. He's a man. He's not a machine.
And anyway, the Eagles are better. And you know what? The Giants. Listen, we won a game a couple weeks ago. I don't think the Giants didn't talk shit. They just were so excited. And if you're a veteran on the Eagles, you were like, okay, what do we play them in 2 weeks? And they just kicked the shit out of us.
Yeah, that revenge was on the mind pretty much the whole time.
You saw it. I get it. But I don't think I don't normally I would be mad at the Giants for talking trash and all that. I don't think it was that. It was just, listen, we stink, man. We finally beat the Eagles and they celebrated. And the Eagles, they got to be okay with that. It wasn't, and then they came and said, okay, there's that little bug, and they squashed the bug. That's exactly what happened. But a couple of things, I think Abdul Carter stinks. I think Kayvon Thibodeau stinks.
Well, Thibodeau apparently is in the latest rumors to get dealt at the trade deadline.
Oh,
so
please.
We'll see what happens.
Listen, I hope they need gloves for the receiver. What do they need? Theo Johnson. You know what's amazing about Theo Johnson? Like, and this is, again, you got to be, if you're a receiver or a tight end, one of the qualifications, just like when you go to get a job, like you have to be able to catch the football. He drops the ball all the time. He's not fast. He stinks too. The Giants are going to run into a shitty problem, in my opinion. I think they're going to finish top 6 in the draft. I think Dable will probably get fired. I don't think Dart can save him at this point. They'll have too many losses. And now what do you do? What if there's a quarterback? Like all your scouts are working year round. What if there's a QB? I don't know. And I haven't really done a deep dive on the QBs available. What if there's a guy though, who's like, now you either have to trade down to someone. If someone calls you in the 10, in other words, you got to really know.
You know what it is with the Giants? They've missed a lot on the draft picks. Like a lot of these younger guys have been complete busts. That's the scouting department. So now do you trust your scouting department to say this quarterback might be better than Dart? And you're trying to build this brand around Dart. I don't foresee there being any situation where the Giants would move on and say like, all right, let's go get ourselves another quarterback. I don't think that's the case. I think they're going to at least invest in somebody for him to throw to, because you'll have Neighbors back from being out. You'll have another guy.
You know what?
Or you protect him with an offensive lineman. It's not the sexy pick, but that's what you got to do.
Neighbors has a shitty injury for sure. Skattebo's got a shitty injury. These are the ones you go, ooh, let's see if they come back. And then what if we have the third pick in the draft? There might be someone available.
I think if the Giants are much like the Cowboys right now, like the Cowboys are like multiple players on their defense away from being at least average on defense. They're that bad. But like the Giants are not just one player away. So what I would do if I'm the top 5, yeah, I'm entertaining all the offers to stockpile and try to rebuild that way, because you're not going to land this gem of a player like you thought you did with the defensive end from Penn State, which he's okay. You say he stinks. I think he's good. But
do wait a minute. But okay. When you watch the Giant game, you never hear his name. Ever.
It's fair, but you don't hear anybody's name because everybody's just lighting the Giants up, so it doesn't matter who.
No, but you don't even bust. And it's the only position in the NFL where you could be good right away is those kind of positions. Thibodeau, Carter suck. You heard it here, but I've been wrong. Hey, look, the Jets won. Here's a prediction for you. You ready? The Jets are going to have more wins than the Giants at the end of the season.
Jesus.
Here you go. You heard it here first.
Well, first and foremost, before we just completely go by the Jets, unfortunate, tragic news, man. Nick Mangold, 41 years old. Like
we didn't say that. No, it was
because he passed away right before the
that was a shitty news story. I'm not a Jet. I don't follow the Jets as hard, but he was always
he was the heart. He was literally the heart and soul of that team,
no doubt. And then it found it out. Hey, we need some donors. And then why didn't I guess were they privately trying to get?
Listen. Truth be told, the same thing happened to my uncle. Right? We went on this hunt for a donor, and in the midst of on the hunt, it gets progressively worse so fast, and then you just have this failure, and then you pass away. So that's exactly what happened to my uncle. So I know at firsthand experience that you could be searching for that donor, and all the money in the world won't buy you a donor. You know what I mean?
Right. Like I know. You
got to find the match, blood type, this, that, and the third. Like you got to have it all right. And it was just too late, and that's the unfortunate part.
One of my Patreon members, Joe Cinecor.
Sorry, kidney, not liver. Sorry.
One of my buddies, Joe Cinecor, who's a Patreon member. I bring him up on the show. Ramsey guy. He's in that. I used to make jokes with him. He's in that kidney, like it's like a kidney. It's like a fantasy draft for kidneys. In other words, if your daughter wants to give you your kidney, but you don't match, your kid gives a kidney to someone else. And this one is like a whole thing, and he's involved in that whole organization, which is wild. And they have helicopters on.
Joe, Joe's making a good point. That's exactly what happened with my uncle. He just did not take the dialysis very well. So
Joe chiming in, and Joe, if I'm butchering what you do for a living, I don't kidney exchange. That's what it is. But I'm doing it in layman's terms. I find that fascinating. It's a shame he wasn't that old.
He's a year older than me.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
God. And his back felt good too the whole time. Oh, look at you.
As I wince every time I'm like just saying another word.
No, that's just a shitty news story that came across. So R.I.P. Mangold. God bless. That stinks. I'm sure they're gonna do something for him the next home.
Well, I tell you what, they did something for him right away, and they won a football game, so that was pretty cool.
That's it. Maybe he's up in heaven there, and the Jets will finally win 6 games.
That's all he's able to provide. He's like he's in heaven, has his wings and everything fitted for his wings, good to go. Goes up to God. God's like, hey, what would you like? We're granting one prayer per person that comes through the gates, and he's gonna be like, hey, can we get a Jets Super Bowl? And then God's gonna be like, wait, hold on. The best I can do is 6 wins.
6-11, maybe 7-10. All right. Maybe talk to St. Peter about something. See what maybe a couple of Pro Bowlers. Well,
that's how it works, right?
Also on Saturday, I need a new flat screen because I watched the Rutgers game, and I have a little deck balcony, and the television went over.
And that's after a win, ladies and gentlemen. That's after a win.
I was the Rutgers game. I'm first of all, everyone hates me on the Facebook page. Rutgers football.
I know. I run your social media. Every other alert is somebody commented on your Rutgers poll. I'm like, I'm not even gonna look. Like this is bad.
You know what though? I do it like in jest, kind of what I do on this show. And some people get it. Well, of course, it's Facebook. People get really nasty right away, and it's like that's not what I was saying, bro. Or I hate when someone says, well, why don't you donate to NAL with your wallet? And I'm like, read my comment. All I said was, if I was guarding a Purdue wide receiver, he would not be 25 yards open. With my brother as the safety, no chance. If he goes around me, my brother, he's going to be 9 yards open and he'll score. But when a Purdue wide receiver catches the ball on my flat screen, there's no other player in the screen. So like to do camera work for a Rutgers Purdue game was like, the guy's like, this is great. Because when Purdue catches it, I know exactly where to go. There's no confusion. It's one guy. It looks like Old Man in the Sea out there. It's so awful. And everybody's like, oh, we don't have NIL players. Really? Look at, we had a top 40 class. Okay. Top 40 we had. So none of those guys.
But do you have a kicker who can kick the ball to the uprights, my friend? Mr. Patel? Put the ball to the uprights. Bang! Rutgers wins.
But then, listen, I was ripping on them, and then, and then I'm like, oh, God, Purdue stinks. We stink. And then somehow at the end of the game, I was like, I'm doing clock management. I'm like, we can't give Purdue back the ball with a tie game. And somehow they throw a jump pass, which we've never, we don't do that. What are you doing? The clock stops. They get the ball back with 1:09. I'm like, first of all, college is different. If it was against the Cowboys, you complete a 10-yard pass. He's shooting for a 75-yard.
My dad can complete a pass to me against the Cowboys defense right now.
And you have a shot. But so next
thing you
know.
With no back, I can still run at least a good 5 and in.
5 and out, stumble for 8. But all of a sudden, Rutgers guy gets his hand. Listen, Rutgers can get lucky for the next 400 years, and we're behind in terms of getting lucky. I watch the games, I know, but the Rutgers guy bats the ball right, blocked. I was like, okay, good. It flies right back to the quarterback, and he had a gap. I was like, oh, dear God, if he runs for a touchdown on this, and then the guy reaches in.
But everybody knows, Jimmy, who watches the sport of football, when that ball gets batted like that, the only play is to throw it to the dirt. Get that fucking ball to be incomplete. For him to try to just grab it and make a play.
Yeah, he could have got 20 yards.
I get that part, but you're taught. You're taught. Get it down.
And then he puts the ball on the carpet. Rutgers picks it up. I was like, holy shit. And then I'm like, he's going to miss this field goal. There's no doubt about it. And next thing you know, we actually ran the clock. And now here's the other thing. You know how when the clock's going 9, 8, 7, and the coach is right next to the ref? You're supposed to call it at 4 seconds because the snap goes, the kick goes up, the game's over. Shiano, 4, 3, 2. I yelled out, screamed, call the timeout. I thought he was a little late. But
if he just forgot, what would happen if he sneezed? He's like, 3, 2, 1, and then he's like, oh, timeout. He's like, nah, too late.
It's like in the World Series game yesterday, Connor Falefa ground ball in extra innings. He picked it up, checked the stitch. You see anyway. So they won. I think, and Shiano, listen, he was coaching for his job. You lose to Purdue.
Every game now going forward, he's coaching for his job.
And I understood people mocked him for the emotion, but I didn't. He took a beating all week, man.
All right. Well, look. Now
he got a little emotional.
He's 4-4 now, Jimmy. He's 4-4.
Okay, here we go.
You got to find 2 wins out of the next 4. Where are they coming from?
Well, here we go. We're in the Massey ratings, which I think is the most accurate rating thing because it does all the polls together. We're ranked 64th in the country. And we play Illinois this week, and they're ranked 29. Now, keep in mind, they beat us on the last play of the game last year. Okay, so that's that. Then we play Maryland. They're ranked 57th. So the Maryland game is always going to be a little bit of a toss-up. The spread will probably be 3, 2, 3 in that area. Then we play Ohio State. They're ranked number 1. That is a 100% probability, according to Master Ratings, that we're going to lose that game. The Penn State game is an odd one, and here's why. Penn State's either going to kind of right the ship because, not everybody transferred yet. They're all on the field. They're way better than us. Or some of those guys going to not quit, but, hey, I'm coach. I'm not going to play this last game. What if Penn State is 5-6 and we're 5-6?
Now, I ask you this, though, as a fan of 35, 40 years, whatever it's been for you.
43.
Does it lose its luster if you really realize that Penn State is just not giving it their go and and Rutgers wins the game? Do you feel like, Man, they came in here and didn't give a shit. Like, or like, right? Better example. If you beat Penn State, are you going to hear sitting right next to you, is your brother going to say Penn State stinks?
Probably he'll say that. However, we beat Penn State last time in 1988, and Penn State finished.
Jesus.
They finished like 5-6 that year. So, but you know what? No, it doesn't matter. If we beat Penn State, it's a good thing for all involved.
Will you or will you not, with me, rush the field?
No, I don't think I'm going to rush the field because it'll be a miserable. First of all, I'm going to predicting the weather. All Rutgers games after Halloween there's always a mist. It's around 41 degrees. Miserable day. I sit there like a jerk with my brother. We watch the game. We just get aggravated. I don't think, listen, if we beat Illinois, that'll be fun. But they're better than us. Everybody's technically better than us the rest of the way. Even more than technically, they're better programs. They have more history. They have more.
Listen, this is how I see it playing out. Win the next two, get to 6-4. You're bowl eligible. You're going to get run out of town in Ohio against Ohio State, and then just win one for the Gipper. Because I think I don't care what, like, if they finish the season 7-5, go to a bowl, win or lose the bowl, doesn't matter. I still think Schiano might be on the outs. I don't know. Like, I just think that the expectations,
everything I'm hearing,
were not met.
He's not going to get fired this year and the next year.
What's the buyout? that's another thing.
It's not that high. I think it's like $9 million or something. But
not that high
for us.
My father used to tell me, you don't put only in front of anything more than $5.
That's true, but very, very, very true. But here's another question: What if we lose to Illinois? Possible. We lose to Maryland, which that's a pick 'em.
Then that's it.
Then we play Ohio State. That's a loss. When do you bench the starting quarterback?
How a senior, right?
He's a senior, and you got to find out what this kid, Sarace, is our quarterback next year. I think,
and I would give him, depending on how
each game goes.
I would play the kid during the blowout losses.
I would too. We got to.
But that's it. Like, don't take out the Greek Freak against Penn State when you're trying to be. That's going to be the biggest win of his life.
No. Once you get the seventh loss, then you're out. The kid. But I hate to do that to the kid.
I wouldn't do. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't do it.
But you got to get the other kid playing time if you're not going anywhere to a bowl game, man.
Like I just said, you play him in the shitty ones. Like when you're down 35-0 in the end of the first quarter against Ohio State, you tell Galifianakis to come on out, and then you let fucking the kid play.
All right. Well, I don't know. I'm happy they won. I got to sit on the couch.
Tyson, is that true? Extension to 2030? Is that right?
He might, but the buyout is.
Fuck me.
Listen, I don't care. Listen, I think the worst thing to ever happen to Schiano is Franklin and Kelly getting fired, because now everyone's like, no, coach, they fired the other guys and they have way more wins than you do, and they paid it out. So anyway, I don't know. I like Schiano. I like him as a person. I like a lot of things he does, but 17 years he's been coached. We just don't win enough. I feel like we keep chopping and no trees are falling down. Anyway,
it's really good.
It's true. It's like enough. And of course, everybody says, "Oh, Schiano," but the other sports suck too. I swear to God. I wish this was like a show on ESPN, because I would tell every intern, I want the records of every fucking sport Rutgers plays. And you're going to see an incredible amount of losing. It's just, anyway, his contract extension, but what's his buyout? That's the key thing. Anyway, your Cowboys, dude, listen, Rutgers defense is the worst thing I've ever seen, but Cowboys, who's the defensive coordinator can't keep his job, right? No way.
Well, he has right now. I mean, we're all Cowboys fans are just waiting for that news alert to drop today, because it's like the start of the new game week. But the Cowboys have a bye after their next week's game, so that's when I think something will happen. I've never seen a must-win situation in late October, early November against the Cardinals, who are coming in 2-5 off their bye. Monday Night Football, grand stage, the world's watching. If you get run out of your own town again, he is as good as gone.
I think the Cowboys will win that game.
You should.
You know what's funny though? Again, 8 games ago.
9. So
9 games to go. They're not out of the wild card scenario yet.
No. They're 3-4-1. Right now, as it stands right now, they're the 10 seed at a 7 make it. They're about a game and a half back of the 7. So
you beat 2 shitty teams in a row, and you're the 7 seed.
Yeah, we got the Cardinals, right? The Cardinals, then a bye week to get right, and then the Raiders. And I'm going to that game. So that's another we got to talk about because I will not be available for that podcast Tuesday. But
we'll move that around.
We'll figure it out.
Cowboys just have no D. Prescott didn't have his best game either, but
his only value is here in Keith is a Barfalus. Yeah, his name is Eberflus, but on the Jersey Boys podcast, Keith Ernst has labeled him as Barfalus.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. The Knicks want to talk it over.
2-1. Let's go.
Everybody, I know you had the Knicks going 82-0, and then we played a decent team.
We're gonna go 81-1 now, so it's okay. We're fine.
Isn't it funny when the Knicks play a team with the best coach in the NBA, which I think the Miami coach is? Next thing you know, they just don't do anything. But listen, you can't. NBA is weird. You can't win every game. But I think the Knicks are going to be fun to watch. I think the rotation thing would be interesting. I was watching the game they won the other night. Karl Towns was like, I thought he had like 14 or 15. They're going to pay like 28. Also, it looks like I'm very wrong right now. I'm very wrong. The Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey thing. Harper's doing just fine. I think he's averaging 16 points a game in the NBA. And I think he comes off the bench, though, which is odd. But that could be one of those things coaches do.
Yeah, 27 minutes last night.
Yeah. Ace Bailey, though, I don't know about him, Mr. Ace Bailey. He's athletic, but I don't know.
And let's also make this clear to the viewer or the listener out there. Jimmy doesn't want these guys to fail, right? Like,
no, I don't.
But it's just like you kind of called it from the jump that they might not be as good in the NBA and might not translate. So that's kind of where we're sitting right now.
It's more of being a bitter Rutgers fan because people are like, how bad is the Rutgers coach when he can't even win with 2 NBA players? I'm like, no. They didn't play like NBA. I watched. I still say that point guard on Penn State shut everybody down. Bailey and Harper, he was like a 26-year-old journeyman. Yes, bitter Jimmy mode by Tyson. I agree. But I wish the kids well. But I'll tell you this. I don't care if they become all pros and make the Hall of Fame in basketball. It ain't going to benefit Rutgers. They're not considered Rutgers guys. I don't care.
See what we produced?
Yeah,
you didn't produce shit.
Here's another guy, Peichel. He's got, his seat. His seat's not warm, but it's like kind of when you sit down in a public restroom and the seat's warm, a little bit like that. He's got to watch himself. I think this year Rutgers is going to stink in basketball, but I think they'll be fun to watch. Don't ask me why. It's just my gut feeling. Which brings us to, speaking of the NFL, Jaybird Janine Michaud, Absolute Eyewear, 42 Main Street, Woodbridge, New Jersey, 732-326-3937. Craig and Janine Michaud, family-owned, brother and sister, both licensed opticians. Go check them out. They got everything there. Charles Oakley hangs out and drinks scotch. It's a fun place to go. They're great. They'll take care of you, blah, blah, blah. Oh, before I get into the NFL stinks list, I got to say our fall league has ended. I had a rough go. This year, in the fall league alone, I grounded into 5 double plays. Never happened to me ever. And in the final game, I had grounded into 2 double plays. We lost by 3, and it was first and third, 1 out both times. Punch and Judy Palumbo here. Shit the bed twice, and the game ended with me.
So you got your wish. You're playing like your boy Stanton, so you're good to go.
I look like Jean Carlo. Yeah, I played like Jean Carlo in the playoffs. And I realized one thing. I love playing softball, but something about fall ball, it was cold. The game starts at 9:30 at night. There was leaves all over the place. I'm like, you know what? I'm more of a regular summer, spring softball guy. I don't think I'm going to play that. But Absolute Eyewear, been with us a long time. They are now doing the NFL stinks list. Let's go through it. I hate to say this to all my fucking Boston buddies out in L.A., the New England Patriots, very good. Buffalo Bills, I'm keeping them at good. Dolphins and Jets stink. Jets have been upgraded from atrocious to stink, which is big for the Jets, and I did that for Mangold. Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm sorry, you're average. The Bengals, I think the Bengals stink. I think the Ravens stink, and the Browns stink. And I still don't understand that coaches' press conferences with Shador. You either got to just, like, I don't like the way he answers the questions. Like,
Who?
the coach of the Browns. He's like,
because he's tired of it, bro. This is why nobody wanted to draft his ass, because now you got to listen to this shit every week.
Then he's got to say it. I'm not saying he's right, but he's got to say it more like, guys, you know what? We have a system here, and he's not. The other guy's playing ahead.
If I'm the coach and I hear it one more time, I'm like, look, this is the last time I'm answering this fucking question. Literally say fucking. Just say I'm not answering this fucking question again. Do not say Shador Sanders' name to me anymore. He's doing great in practice. Hopefully he turns out to be a great NFL player, but Dylan Gabriel's our guy. Shut the fuck up and move on.
And then you know what I would say if I was a reporter? Yeah, but your offense really stinks and has stunk all year. So why don't you throw the kid in because you stink on the Jimmy Palumbo stinks list? What did I tell you? By Thanksgiving, Shador Sanders and
not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
They gotta play him. They stink. They're
for what?
6. So what? The guy, please put him in the game. Are you kidding me? No one wants to watch Cleveland.
I can't wait till he's cut and he plays. And he's the star of the USFL or whatever.
Oh, it'll be great. I'll be there with bells on. Even though I can't stand his father.
His first home game's at Warren Park. If you want to go check.
So no, he'll be wrestling at the Fight Factory with Dave Sergio.
I'll book him to fight me.
And the Colorado got their ass kicked, and the whole Deion Sanders thing is falling apart. The way he talked, they got smoked.
Actually, there's something going around on Instagram or TikTok or something like that. But did he coach against Warren Sapp last week? Warren Sapp, is he a coach somewhere now?
Yeah, Warren Sapp's on his staff.
Okay, that's right. So here's what it was. Warren Sapp was like warming up in the end zone, like kind of stretching,
kicking the pylon
over, and Deion ran over to him and picked it back up because he's a classy individual. That's why. Fuck Warren Sapp.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to talk about Colorado, but it's funny. They're ranked one position ahead of Rutgers, which is funny. Indianapolis Colts with one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, your friend and mine, Daniel Jones, getting involved. 7-1. I swear to God, between Barkley and Daniel Jones, Skattebo's ankle made a right. This is brutal. It's just a bad time to be a Giant fan. Enough. I even got a new hat. I don't wear it anymore. Jacksonville Jaguars average. Texans average. The Tennessee Titans atrocious. Denver Broncos good. Chargers good. I did that for David Sonkin at 213 TV. He's a Charger fan.
Kiss ass.
Yeah, no doubt. Kansas City Chiefs in the most boring news story of the year. They were 0-2. Now they're 5-3. It makes me sick.
Dude, so last night I'm watching that game, and I said to my buddies in a text, I said, every time Mahomes hits the ground, the world heals just a little bit more. Like, because when he got thrown to the ground yesterday.
But
and of course they threw a flag, and I'm like, oh, dude, come on, just let him take one hit without throwing a flag out.
But the Chiefs just they just win. Raiders.
David Sonkin coming in with the thank you from
David Sonkin tuning in here. Watch 213.tv. I got the Raiders. They stink, but we all know that. Philadelphia Eagles. I have them as good, but that could change. Dallas Cowboys. I was gonna say they stink, but I said, you know what? 3-4-1. The tie's giving them their average. But I think the Commanders stink. Giants stink. Now, NFC North, Tyson Hogan. Very, very interesting here. We both have the Packers as good. We both have the Lions as good. But he has the Bears as stink. I still have them as average. 4-3 is 4-3. We both think the Vikings stink. So me and Tyson are almost on the same page.
So Carson Wentz played with one shoulder last game, and now JJ McCarthy's coming back next week. So the Vikings might turn it a little bit, maybe. I don't know. We haven't seen enough of JJ for me to be
three. You got to root against them because they're a team that could snatch that 7th seed.
We're talking playoffs right now in October.
No, please, Giants. Oh my God. Playoffs. NFC South. Darryl Clark. His choices, and I gotta say, me and Darryl Clark have the identical stinks list. We got the Buccaneers is very good. Panthers is average. The Falcons as stink, and for the first time, entering the atrocious list, your friend and mine, New Orleans Saints. Oh, he's a big fan of theirs. So, NFC West, Seahawks good, Rams good, 49ers average, and the Cardinals, who play the Cowboys this week, are stink.
So all right, so the Cowboys are at average and the Cardinals are at stink. If the Cowboys beat the Cardinals, can we get a good, or does it have to be like a convincing?
Nah, 4-1 is not going to get you good. Fuck. It's going to be close. It's not going to get you good.
I don't make the rules.
No, you know why? I'm tough on goods because I think everybody, the whole.
You also just called the Patriots very good. Like, relax. Everybody calm down.
6-2 is.
I understand their record is what they are, but I mean,
that's what the beauty of the list is. I could, if I bump people from stinks to good if they have a big win, but the Cowboys beating the Cardinals, that's not. Put it this way: if the Giants beat the 49ers, the 49ers are going on the stinks list at 5-4. I assure you. I don't think it's going to happen.
I might randomly, depending how I feel, I might actually go to that game. Because I don't go to any other games besides the Cowboys. Sure. My buddy's turning 40. He turned 40. And he's like, the one thing he wants is people to just be, because he's a big 49er fan. And he's like, he just wants to do a tailgate, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, maybe, so I might.
Wait a minute, though. Let me just finish this because I don't have a comment on that. We got 2 atrocious, 11 stinks, which is right, 7 average, 9 goods, and 3 very goods. Now, how the hell are you going to get that through appropriations? Like the government shutdown. How are you going to go home? You can't walk right now. Your back is shitty. You got to be ready for Halloween with your kids. Then you're going to look your wife in the eye and go, hey, honey, what's going on Sunday? I was thinking about going to Giant Stadium to watch the Giants. You have to have a rousing speech in Congress.
First of all,
I want to go to C-SPAN.
Chill for a second. Ready? Okay.
Speech.
Halloween's on Friday.
Okay.
On Saturday, we are celebrating my son's 4th birthday.
Okay.
And on Sunday would be a rest day anyway. So if I decided to get off the couch and I feel a little better, have a couple beers and come on home.
Hey, honey, with your back and everything, maybe it's not really.
Again, if I feel the same way on Sunday, then I'm not going.
I need a rousing speech.
I had I had 3 things I had to do this past weekend and I said no to. So trust me when I tell you, if I'm not feeling good, I'm not going.
Don't ask what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. I may not get there with you. I want a monument. When you hit the button in Washington, you hear a speech. It's Dave Sturcho telling his wife, I'm going to the 49ers, which is such a shitty game. Oh, my God. You know what? I'm going to call your wife and say, don't make him go. You know what I'll do? Yeah, tell you what. Why don't you buy your buddy a $50 gift certificate to Starbucks and tell him I'm not going? Because and plus, it's Giant Stadium. By the way, only way I'll allow it, but there's no rain on Sunday.
You realize I just said he wants people to be at the tailgate. So if I go from like 10 to 12 and leave, I can do that.
That's acceptable.
Yeah, that's probably the plan. Why the fuck would I want to sit there for 3 hours watching this shit, 2 teams?
No, but you know what? No, I'm going to tell you why. If you let him go, you have to. You want to have notes from the game. You have to sit and watch the Giants play. Anyway, So I actually played in a band on Sunday.
You what?
I played in a band. I sang 4 songs at the Ramsey's Farmers Market. I'm going to send you a clip. We should have had it on. I forgot to give it to you. No. I sang Into the Mystic, Can't You See by Marshall Tucker, The Weight by the band, and Sweet Home Alabama. And a rousing finish here at Shea. Multi-talented. But we got to talk about a couple of things here.
We're running out of time, so hurry it up.
I don't care. Are you watching the Chair Company show? Have you been watching that?
The what?
There's a show on Netflix called The Chair Company.
No.
Dude, you got to watch this.
What is it?
I can't even describe it. It's called The Chair Company. I think it's either on HBO or it's on Netflix. It's just called The Chair Company. That's all I'm going to say. I think you're going to laugh out loud like I did. It's a quirky ass show. But we got to discuss this monster Eddie Gain thing. In the history of me viewing,
it's on HBO Max.
Watching this monster Eddie Gain story is really, well, it's like watching a documentary on Rutgers football. That's how this show, Dave, you only watched 2 episodes, 3? How far did you get?
I think I went like 3.5.
When it got to episode 7 or 8, whatever the hell it is, I had to fast forward because I was like, this is the most disturbing thing that why I question that Murphy guy. Ryan Murphy's a big time producer, but if this show is a hit, we got a bunch of creeps in our. I was like, I guess I'm one of the creeps. I was like, what am I? I had to fast forward because I knew he at the end, obviously, but he died of old age. This creep. I can't. Please, everyone.
I couldn't do it. Once I get past the nipple on the chair, I was like, you know what? I'm done.
What an awful hour to sit on the couch. Like I don't know. Maybe you know what? It's a combination of like the Saints, the Jets, and Rutgers. Why are we doing this? Why is this? Why was this show even made? Oh my God! It was just you wanted. I wanted everybody to die. I wanted the dead bodies to come back to life, and everyone else, the girlfriend, the mother, the sister, the cop, everyone should die. What a terrible television show.
Mother.
Yet the actor who plays Eddie Gein.
Oh, he's fucking dude. First of all,
he's got to win the Emmy because
right. Like he absolutely slaughters this role.
Slaughters the role, but like what? I gotta read. I can't describe this show. It's just the only thing I know is anybody watches this show, I do know that their carpets are filthy, and that's why after watching this show, you got to go to Oxy Magic USA, OXY Magic USA. Check it out. They're great carpet cleaners. They're awesome. They've done Dave's. They've done mine. They're good people. God bless America. Go to Oxy Magic USA. Well, that rounds out our show here. Please go to watch213.tv or 213.tv, or I think it's 213.com works. Everything works.
Oh my God. No, it's watch213.tv. That's it.
But there's also there's a .com in there.
There's a .tv. There's a .tv.
But I think .com works too.
No.
Yes.
And now you wonder why nothing was fucking working for you, Jimmy. You're on the wrong website.
Wait. I'm going to wait here because I know David Sonkin. I think there's a way it switches back over. But no, it's watch213.tv.
Thank you.
Also, we have a new website up. I just transferred it over from the demo model to it's beerleaguelastlicks.com. It's just a landing page. We're going to add some stuff there. And I think the pilot's great. Please go check it out. We need your help there. So me and Dave could actually do, we could.
It says it's working.
What? It's working. It's working. So the .com works. Somebody tune in on that.
No. Watch 213.com.
And what do we got? And the kick is up, and it is.
The site cannot be reached. Thank you very much. That's enough of that shit.
You put watch? What about 213?
I put watch213.com. It's watch213.tv. And then bang, you see your ugly mug talking to Alphonse, and there you go.
What if you put in 213.com?
There's no way.
How about 213tv.com? Yeah.
No.
I know it. Listen, the guy told me somehow a .com works. I don't know. But yeah, go to watch213.
So see Mr. Sonkin. See Mr. Sonkin, this is or Sonk, sorry. This is why.
Listen, it's up there on the
Jimmy, like, I got a bunch of people saying it's not working. Why? Because it's giving them the wrong goddamn link. That's why. Problem solved. Everybody wins. Go home. God bless America.
Watch213.tv.
Yes.
Watch213.tv here at Shea. I love you, David. And
he's going to text you right away as soon as the show's over. Like,
probably did it right now. No, believe me, listen. He's texting me right now. You're a dick, he just said. All right. Good evening, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Good night.